I gotta hype myself up before these interviews, man. I get so. Woo! I get a little. That's going.
You can relate. Woo!
I was not recording, but we're starting now. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Artful Conversations. This is the second episode. This is the first in-person episode, and I'm joined today by singer-songwriter, multi-instrumentalist, Paetyn. Thanks for coming on the show.
It's good to be here. I'm glad to be back in Hyperswag Recording Studios. Feels like I'm home again.
Yes, this is the location of this is where the Butthole Wednesday mixtape was recorded.
Yeah.
So really excited to be here again, and let's get right into this interview. You know, how you been recently? You been kicking it old school, or what's going on?
It's been hectic. It's been really bad lately. EC is taken a lot out of me. Being a music major is a lot.
Yeah, I can imagine that's a lot. So like you said, you're a music major. What's your ultimate goal, like education-wise? Like, what are we working towards there?
So right now, I'm just in there for music education because it's kind of an umbrella term over everything.
Yeah.
But I'm going into USM not next semester, but next year. So the school year after next, and I'm going into vocal performance and choral conducting, so I can go out and sing and get paid for it.
Okay.
And I can go conduct, and I'm getting 2 masters, and I'm gonna go back and get my doctorate.
Nice, Dr. Johnson.
Yeah.
Or do we have the legal name out in the public?
Yeah.
Okay, Dr. Johnson. Yeah, that's sick. That's gonna be amazing. So, and then you still plan on releasing your own music as well?
Yeah. Well, now,
all that?
especially during the summer, now that it's calming down, that the musical is over with, everything's done, then I'm gonna start doing my own music. Because the funny thing about being a music major is that you don't have time for music.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
The musical was great though. I went to see that the other day, and I don't know if it's just because I knew a lot of the people in it, but that was good stuff. That was actually when they got to the finale, that was really moving for me.
I'm glad you liked it.
Yeah, everybody that I was there with liked it. It seemed like.
Yeah, it seems like Chandler Smith was really eating it up back there.
Chandler Smith was having a blast. I'll tell you that for free. He was back there. That's exactly what he was doing, man.
Dude, and like nobody. Okay, the second night, nobody was laughing at my scene, and I was like, dude, this is so lame.
Because Chandler wasn't there.
No, Chandler was there. He was the only one who was going, and I was like, that's my boy right there.
Yeah, Chandler's a real one. We might get Chandler on the show.
That would be awesome.
That might be good.
We need a Sea Dog feature.
Definitely. What do we call him? OG Smith.
OG Smith.
OG Smith is what we call Chandler. But yeah, let's hop straight into the music questions. So, how would you describe the music that you make, and what song of yours would you say is the best representation of that style?
Okay, so the type of music I make, it's really hard to explain because obviously I have my inspirations all from like indie music. I'm a big fan of like artists like Mac DeMarco, Alex G, that type of umbrella. I like the chords that they use, but I'm not really good at guitar, so I have to kind of translate it into my own work. So that was the basic inspiration for me doing music, was that specific style. But my music really can only be summed up to how I'm feeling in the moment and what I come up with in the moment. So it doesn't really stick to one exact genre. It's really vocally driven. So it's whatever my vocals are is what the music's going to have to represent. And I guess the best song I can use as a representation is probably the first one I wrote, which was Breathing, just because that was the first time I really sat down and wrote a song. And it was very meaningful to me because I'd never released anything before. So that was most exciting, and I think that was probably some of my best songwriting that I've ever done on anything else.
It's over. Stop breathing again. Oh, take me in.
Yeah, that's a great song. That's one of my favorites of yours. I think a lot of people that know your music would point to that one as one that's one of their favorites. I agree with that assessment of what you said. It's definitely really vocally driven, and the vocals are the standout feature of your music. It's really great. You should all at home do yourself a favor and go listen to her music. But yeah, I agree with that. So you said that was the first time you ever really sat down to make a song. What made you want to take that jump to start releasing music publicly?
Well, in the beginning, like since about the 9th grade, I would like to play around with like the software on my crappy phone and just like record stuff. And like what really got me into it is that like it sounds really dorky, but I would go home and I would take my music from choir and I would try to sing all the parts just to see how it would sound. And I was like,
Okay.
oh my God, I really like making harmonies. This is really, really fun.
Yeah.
And I would have all these things I would write out, and I would get these specific lyrics stuck in my head. And so when I first sat down to write a song, I would just start playing stuff and singing random lyrics over it, and then one would stick. And then I would sit down and start actually writing it out. And then just the whole process of like recording and being able to do harmonies and how excited it sounded. Like, oh my God, this sounds like a real song. This doesn't just sound
Yeah.
like me spitting something weird over a track with like some crappy guitar in the background. Once it was finished, that's what made me want to take it to the next level and just start releasing a bunch of music, because it was just genuinely very, very fun for me.
Yeah, that makes sense. That sounds like a great way to go about making it, and it definitely pays off. It's good music. So in preparation for this interview, I went back and I listened again to your album, I'm Afraid I'm Running Out of Time.
Mm-hmm.
What does that title mean to you, and what would you say the thesis of that album is? If you were writing a paper and say your album is the paper, what would the thesis of it be?
Yeah, so whenever I was writing my album, I didn't have a title picked out yet, but I started listening to all my songs, just kind of getting them together, and I noticed that phrase, I'm afraid I'm running out of time, and running out of time just kept on repeating in my music. So I had to sit back and think, because the album was kind of made in a not very good spot in my life. I was going through a lot of stress, mainly in like my personal life, not necessarily in my professional life, since I was in high school when I wrote it and I hadn't really gone out into the adult world. But my personal life, it was definitely a big struggle at the time. And I just, whenever that phrase kept on repeating, I just kept on thinking like, oh, like this has to be about something. And I think I felt like I was wasting my time a lot in my day-to-day life, and that just kept on reflecting in my music. So I thought that would be a good way to kind of express that without actually having to tell everybody like, oh, I'm not doing too well. And so that was a really good vehicle to kind of get out my feelings without actually having to let everybody know, which was really, really good for me at the time, and really helped with a lot of the things that I was going through, and actually helped me get out of a lot of the places I was going through, because making music was such an easy device to be able to put my own thoughts and words into that. So that was a big moment for me, especially when I released the album.
Yeah, that's great. I'm happy that it could be so cathartic for you, so therapeutic. I agree with that sentiment sometimes. I feel like a lot of times when I'm writing stuff, it kind of has those same themes. So and it does kind of help. So,
Yeah.
So that's good.
And it's kind of hard to come to terms with a lot of the things you're thinking until you listen back to your music and realize the things that you're writing are things that you had been like festering about.
Oh, yeah,
and then when
sure.
you look at it, you're like, oh, this is what I was meaning to say. And I think a lot of musicians feel that way whenever they actually write music.
For sure, especially those standout lyrics, like you said,
Yeah.
the ones that really get across those themes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so and let me say that the album's really good. It's genuinely not just because you're one of my friends, but that's one of the albums that I go back and listen to.
Thank you, man. I'm glad you enjoy it.
Yeah, I gotta say, now I do have to say though, the first time I listened to it was like, late at night listening. I was like, it just dropped, and I was like, oh, I gotta listen to this, and it made me kind of sad when I first listened to it. It kind of was a damper on my mood. So maybe if you're already in a bad place, don't. Maybe save it until you're feeling a little better.
Yeah, my music is kind of like BoJack Horseman. Like I try to make it really good, but if you don't want to like hurt your feelings, don't watch it. Don't listen to it.
It's worth it though, man. It's great music. But how does the process of making an album like that compare to the making of an album like the Butthole Wednesday mixtape?
Well, okay, so when I'm writing my songs, what will happen is like it's out of nowhere. I'll get like a random burst of energy, because I can't just be like, man, I want to sit down and write a song. I've got to actually like think about it and then just sit down and be like, dude, I want to make this song right now. This chord progression is in my head. These lyrics are in my head. This melody is in my head. I got to sit down and make it. So sitting down and writing it is kind of a personal process because my songs are always very personal. So I always have to like get into that headspace of, oh, I have to be like a legit musician now. I have to be a legit songwriter now and take this seriously. But whenever I was making Hyperswag, I just came in here and I was like, I'm just going to scream into the microphone. That was so much easier than making my music. And that was going on at the same time that I was making my album. So coming in here and just getting to like scream about my balls, that was so nice. It was so much better than like talking about like I'm so sad and I want to kill myself. It's to just come in here and talk about like Sigma Sugma on my balls. That was so much easier on me.
Yeah, it was definitely a fun time. I'm glad that we did it. I think some of the work that came out of that, even if it's like, you know, it's super silly and goofy, but being able to go back and look at like the music videos. Yeah. The music videos in particular are some of my favorite things to go back and watch.
Cody's back shots, that was perfect.
The thumbnail of that video is crazy. But what a lot of you at home might not know, what a lot of the Hyperswag fans may not know, is that we had a second recording session, and there's some unreleased work. So I'll play a snippet of that right now, and perhaps we'll come out with a second mixtape sooner or later. So stay tuned. Stay tuned at home for some more Hyperswag. You know. I'm not promising anything, you know. We got to get the gang together. Might even recruit some new members.
We're going to the Bentley Mega Chippy. We're going to the Bentley Mega Chippy.
I would take one Morbius meal, please.
It's Morbid time.
It's time to morb.
Wow, you just listened to... Wait, what do we call that song?
Morbius?
No, we called it Bentley Mega Chippy. We did. You just listened to Bentley Mega Chippy by Hyperswag. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below, and we'll take that into consideration in our future work. All right.
So good.
I think it's one of my favorites that we've done. I think that or Vasectomy is either our magnum opus.
Yeah.
Those two songs are very good. But yeah, we got some crazy stuff. We got a song where we sampled the King of the Hill instrumental. We got a lot of stuff going on.
Sigma Male Grind Set is pretty good.
Sigma, oh my goodness, that's like the 2016 XXL Freshman Cypher of Hyperswag. That's pretty crazy.
It's awesome. Like, it's so good that my boyfriend, shout out to Casey, was in the band hall, and he was sitting there going, Sigma, Sugma, Morbius. And my band director, shout out Tiffany, came in and was like, what are you talking about? And he was like, no, it's a song. You just gotta ask Paetyn. Like, she has a band. Like, you just don't understand.
Yeah. We're definitely we're something special, man. Who out here is making music like Hyperswag?
Nobody. Except for my sister. She has dabbled in the goofy rap scene, and I'm gonna be honest, it's pretty good. She's got some fire bars. She's really making it out the hood. She's gotten some inspiration. I'm featured on the track, so that's some extra Hyperswag material from one of us. She's really getting into it.
Yeah, I heard a little snippet the other day when we were posted up at the Mickey D's, and it was actually it was something. It had something to it, you know. It was special. Man, she hit one of them notes with that warbly auto tune, kind of Lil Yachty Poland-esque, and that was really something special.
Yeah, y'all just look out for Family Friendly by Raps. It's gonna be
Definitely.
It's gonna change the game.
Oh, so y'all are Raps and Paps.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. I like that. I'm a big fan of rhyme.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, speaking of that, go listen to my new song. I have a new song out, Mastery of the English Language music video, out on my channel now. And the Hive Mind boys reacted to it.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, the Hive Mind.
That's cool.
I submitted it to their live stream. They were messing with it, so that was super cool to watch that. But yeah, go. It's just 2 minutes of silly and/or goofy bars. So yeah, go check.
It's like
that
a
out.
genuinely good song though. Like I was listening to it and I was like, oh shit, like this is good. This is
I
a good
appreciate
song. And then you drop the Heisenberg line, and I'm a Breaking Bad stan, so I like stood up and nukes, and I was like, dude, this is awesome.
I've been cooking up like I'm Heisenberg. Say my name. Yeah, lots of little references in there for you.
Dude,
know.
what's crazy is that on Reagan's album, I have a Heisenberg name, a Heisenberg line. These hosts say my name like I'm Heisenberg.
Oh yeah, that's good too. One of my favorite songs. What's it called? Home Run by Midwest. Right before or right after the bass drops in that song, it's a little ad lib of Walter going, "We need to cook."
Dude, that is so sick. Like I'm not even joking.
That is the like top music moments of 2022 for me. I love that.
Is so
much.
good.
Yeah. But yeah, you talking about that play? That's probably taken a lot of your time up recently, huh?
Yeah, it was like every Tuesday. Okay, so my schedule, I have like all my classes, and music theory is already, it's shit. It's horrible.
Oh, yeah.
You have to go in, and Mr. O gets up there. Shout out Mr. O, I love you. But he gets up there and he's like, okay, so first inversion, voice exchange. And I'm like, what the hell are you talking about, dude? Like, speaking my language, and he's like, it's probably because you don't practice. Maybe you should do your homework. And I don't do my homework, he knows. And so it's just a mess. And then I got piano lessons, voice lessons, a bunch of singing stuff going on. And then afterwards, I have something called Collegians, which is, it's a rock band at East Central. It's a lot of fun, but it is
sick.
From like 6 to 9, which is a pretty good time to go for. But
what do you play in that band, or are you a vocalist?
Oh, okay. So what's really exciting, and what Chandler told me, is that they have like they're 6 or 7 vocalists, and there's one male, the rest of them are females. But I'm also a keyboardist, so I'm back there like Billy Joel or Elton John, whatever one, with my microphone and my keyboard playing.
I think they're both applicable for this situation.
And I told Chandler about that. He's like, I've never seen that before. So that was really exciting that I get to also play keyboard and sing as well.
That is nice. One time, this is a story about one of our high school teachers, Coach Bond. Shout out Coach Bond.
Yeah, he's a real one. He used to drive my bus. One time I hit a kid because they were like f***ing with my shit, and then like he was like, I'm just gonna look the other way, man. So shout out Coach Bond.
Shout out Coach Bond for sure. He's got big plans for a space elevator.
Oh, word.
He says that's the way that we're gonna beat climate change. I'm an environmentalist myself.
Yeah.
So I'm always open to suggestion. But yeah, the space elevator, we're all gonna escape Earth before it burns on the space elevator.
Word.
So, but yeah, one time what I was saying was about Billy Joel. We had a day, I really don't know. It was really easy to sidetrack that man. Like if he got to talking and you just brought up like tennis or
Star Wars,
he would just start talking and we wouldn't do a single bit of history that day in class.
Yeah.
But we had a day where he just played like 7 different 80s music videos and was like he was doing the deal like, back in my day music used to mean something. and then he would play like insert 80s artist here, but one of them was pretty sure it was the Piano Man, Billy Joel. Love that track.
Sing us a song, We're the Penis Man.
Yeah. Sing me a song, you're the penis man.
Dude, during marching season, that was our show, and it was supposed to go on my story, but I accidentally sent everybody on my Snapchat a picture of me saying, sing us a song, you're the penis man. And that will forever be one of the greatest moments of college.
Whenever you told me about that phrase, I couldn't get it stuck out of my head for the next week. I was just singing that in my head. But yeah, one of the songs that he played, I didn't recognize that it was Billy Joel, and I said, I misgendered Billy Joel. I said, "Who is this? She sounds great." And he looked at me like, Yeah, so I apologize for misgendering Billy Joel. I had like somewhere I was taking this conversation.
Yeah. Oh yeah, with the musical, I would
Yeah,
have
the musical.
I would have collegians practice on Monday, which went from 6 to 9, and then the musical, which went from 6 to 8. Wednesdays I got like kind of a free day, but I still had band till 5:30, and me and Casey would go home and watch South Park. And then Thursday I had the musical from 6 to 8. So my weeks were just packed with so much to do every single day, and so it was sad. Like oh, we don't get to do Beauty and the Beast anymore. But then I thought back on it, I was like, dude, I hated going to practice. I'm so happy it's over.
That's what Jalen said. I was like, man, watching that play kind of made me want to do it next time. And he was like,
No.
this play is going to be the death of me. Like, I can't wait until it's over. And
That sounds like him.
yeah, but yeah. So did you making this or putting this play together? Did you notice any parallels between acting and making music? What do you see that was similar or different from putting on a play and making an album?
Well, there was a lot of, I mean, obviously I still made the performance really personal to me, but it was a lot different than making music, because there's like a lot of people either know me as like, oh, she makes music, or the girl that sings opera. Those are like my two things. Opera is what I'm doing professionally. My music is what I do for fun.
Okay.
And so whenever I was doing the play, it was definitely more of like what I'm doing in my career, because they typecasted me very badly. Like, I think they saw me walking down the hallway and they were like, that's Madame de la Grande Boucher. She doesn't even have to open her mouth. So that was really exciting, just getting to play a character that I could like shine vocally with. But there wasn't a lot of parallels between my music, because my music is a lot different than what I do like professionally.
Yeah, you kind of compartmentalize the two.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you say you looking to do opera professionally. Do you see yourself in a sure enough opera like down the road?
I hope so. That's gonna be
the dramatic performance type deal.
Yes, I would love to do that so much. I feel like that would be genuinely really, really fun. But if not, like, there's a lot of opera singers that just go up and like perform like just different arias. And that's what I would really like to do, because since I went to East Central, like, I thought I was like pretty okay at Newton County. Like, I thought like I practice a lot, I might be ahead. But then when I went to East Central, it's gotten better. Like, Mr. O is a great voice teacher. Now he's a little wacky and he's a little wild, but he's a fantastic voice teacher. My voice has gotten so much better. And last week it was a really cathartic moment for me as a musician, because I went to this choir conference at USM, which is on YouTube. It's the ACDA MMEA conference, and I got to sing with a bunch of like
I'll put it on screen.
Yeah. I got to sing with a lot of higher level musicians, and as like a freshman from Decatur, I was super intimidated because everybody was so good. Like, they were just fantastic. There were people there there was a bunch of people from universities, like junior, senior singers that were really good. There were people in their master's programs, but I got picked to do a solo in a quartet, like with one guy whose name is Tico. Shout out Tico. He's fantastic. He's a countertenor. He sings alto, so his voice is really high. And then there was this guy who was a master's student at Ole Miss who sang tenor, and then a bass from USM who's a junior. And I come in there, I'm like the only female singer there. I'm like the only freshman, so I'm super intimidated. But Tico, which you probably remember him, he sang at Delta State whenever Newton County went to go sing Oh Love.
I'm sorry, I don't remember Tico, but I'm sure you're great, man.
Yeah, he was really good. But he turned to me, he was like, hey, are you in your master's program? Like, what are you doing? I was like, no, I'm a freshman from Decatur. And the whole time Mr. O was like, don't talk to me. I don't know you. You keep on barking at me and saying, hi, Fred. Like, I can't do it. And the second that Tico said something about me being good, Mr. O stands up and goes, yeah, that one's mine. She's mine. And I was like, girl, don't talk to me. I thought we weren't friends.
They only love you when you're up.
Yeah. So that was a really good experience for me, because for like a couple months there, I was just feeling like so bad, because I had like almost bombed my piano final. I was like doing really bad in theory. So when I went to USM and got like a lot of good feedback and people thinking I was in my master's program, I was like, oh my God, like this is for real. Like, I could actually be a real musician if I just do my homework. So that was exciting.
Yeah, that is exciting. That's really cool. Yeah, that would be a great experience, and that sounds like that was a great experience
Yeah.
for you. Yeah, I forgot one thing though. Astute viewers of this show may have noticed something new for the video now. This was a collaborative effort from my family, I've been told. But yeah, they put the logo on some mugs. We're not actually drinking out of them because I'm not really sure how the paint would hold up for during the washing process. But I'm very excited about these. This is really sick. I think. Actually, I'll tell you what. I've got something prepared for us today. I've got prepared for us today. Rapper Crap.
I'm so
We're gonna
excited.
play a game. Houston, you can come for Rapper Crap as well.
Dude, the PowerPoint with the Comic Sans is fantastic.
So, Houston's gonna join us for the Rapper Crap. Don't be fooled. He's really not. He's not this much taller than both of us. But we had to get a separate kind of chair. But yeah. So the premise of this game is you two have to decipher whether this is a real rap lyric written by a professional rapper.
Yeah.
Or me.
Okay.
Okay.
So yeah, let's get straight into it. First lyric. Got so many chains, they call me Chaining Tatum.
That's a real lyric. I've heard that before. I forgot who said it, but somebody said that.
Okay, well, if you can remember, it's an extra point if you know the artist who says it.
Oh shit. Okay. They call me Chaining Tatum. I know it's not. Is it? I don't think it's 2 Chainz. That would be too on the nose for him.
I can't tell you.
Maybe.
Drake.
Dude, it was not
It's
Drake.
not
No,
Drake.
Drake is not that clever.
Yeah, Drake is just like, mom.
She's saying I'm a lesbian girl, me too. Like, dude.
Yeah, I
don't know the artist, but I've heard that before.
I should have put that one on here. Well, guys, you'll be disappointed to know that this actually was Drake.
Dude,
I
got it
way.
right.
This was Drake on Pop Style.
I'm psychic.
Dude, what in the Negrassi?
Yeah,
no grassy.
You want to know what I searched to find this picture? I
What?
searched young Drake smiling. that's what I searched to find this image. But yeah, next lyric. Couple $1,000 on my wrist. I'm wearing silly bands.
You.
Couple $1,000 on my wrist. I'm wearing silly bands.
It's you.
Yeah, that sounds like a silly Ethan Bunty
Silly Ethan
type
Bunty.
beat.
Yeah, guys, that's an Ethan Bunty bar.
You looked at me like, how did you know?
I actually, well, you know what I just realized is that I made this. I put together this game before I released my recent song, so I think some of the bars in here I used for my recent songs. So,
Oh, word.
So that if you're an astute listener, then you'll catch some of these. But next lyric, 38 revolve like a sun round the earth.
I feel like that's a real lyric, maybe, but I don't know who would have said that.
I'm gonna say it's you. I don't know though,
Okay.
but I don't know.
So what are y'all saying?
I'm saying it's a rapper.
Rapper. Okay. Who do you have a guess?
There's a lot of them that would say something like this. I don't have a guess for that one. If it's Drake
Yeah.
again, I gotta
It's
go.
well, I don't know if you noticed, but this fella has his astronomy wrong.
Revolve around the earth.
Dude,
Yeah.
I just
Yeah.
like a sun round the earth. Maybe it was 21 Savage. Maybe he had a little too much.
You know what? That's a good guess, but
was Dr. Sharp.
it is it's Jay-Z on It's Hot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jay-Z widely regarded to be like greatest of all time,
But he's not.
amongst hip hop
Like
circles.
he's really good, but then there's shit like that just makes him like a goober.
This is your
Yeah.
goat, people.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
It's
now.
like Kanye West is good, but he like didn't like Jewish people until he watched 21 Jump Street.
That's crazy.
That was,
by the way.
dude. I remember I was laying in Casey's bed, and he was like, "Babe, have you seen Kanye's post?" And I was like, "What?" I was like, "No, I haven't checked on him
What was the
recently."
post? He just like, I like Jewish people now.
He was like, "I like Jewish people now. Thank you, Jonah Hill. I love you." And Casey was like, "Dude, you know he's being so dead ass."
Oh my god. Well,
And it was like a grainy, like, you know, like when you go to your phone, you go on Safari, you got to save the image, but it's like really bad.
Yeah.
That's what it looked like.
well, you know, whatever it takes, I guess. You know, you know. I mean, if we have to sit down every neo-Nazi in the world in front of 22 Jump Street, then
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
why not? Let's just get a huge projector screen and gather every single neo-Nazi. Next lyric. They can't understand me. I'm talking hieroglyphics.
Oh.
That may be you.
Yeah, I'm gonna say.
That may be
I'm
you.
gonna say.
That is the real GOAT, Playboy Cardi, on
Yeah.
Metamorphosis.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm done.
Yeah, that's a crazy watch right there too.
The thing about
That
Playboy
picture.
Cardi is I really like him, but he genuinely is speaking in hieroglyphics, so I don't understand a word he's saying
Yeah.
that other than like thought, codeine. Yeah.
If I can
That's
do my Playboy Cardi impression real quick, this is how he says the lyric. He goes, "Can't understand me. I'm talking hieroglyphics." So it's pretty good. That album has really grown on me. I'll tell you that much. Recite these verses like it's gospel, and I always keep that lean on me. So this is a double entendre. This is the gospel song "Lean on Me," and I keep that lean on me.
Dude, that's you. There's no way that's not you. It's either you or 21 Savage. There's no in between.
So which one you going with?
I think it's you.
You know.
Oh.
Yeah.
That was me.
Yeah.
That was
I thought
me.
it was like Rihanna though.
Rihanna.
Dude,
Yeah.
please be for real.
I meant Rihanna.
Okay. Collect the money, then get down like Zacchaeus.
Oh.
I think that's a rapper.
Yeah, me too. I don't know who it is.
Y'all gotta don't know who it is. Do y'all get this one?
Not really.
I don't
Can
know.
I
who's
can I
the
in,
cute-
can I inform y'all on some? This is some big biblical lore.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, this is so Zacchaeus was a tax collector during biblical times.
Oh yeah.
Oh, he
I
was
mean, I
that
remember.
dude.
So he collects money, and then Jesus was coming to town.
Naturally.
So he climbed a sycamore tree, and when Jesus got to town,
I remember.
he
this.
requested Zacchaeus to come down from there. So collect the money, then get down like Zacchaeus. That was me. That was me. And that picture is me cosplaying as Ferb for Halloween.
Oh yes.
Dude, I remember seeing you on Treat Street too, and I was like, oh my god, it's the Joker.
Yeah, bro. The amount of people who said I was the Joker was crazy.
I was like,
And then-
I just came up to Ethan. I was like, oh my god, we live in a society, dude. And he was like, actually, I'm Ferb, and I was like, oh, my bad.
That's
dog.
probably exactly how I said it too. I was having a rough night.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm Ferb, guys. But- okay. Serve a quarter pound at the Lowe's. I'm a handyman.
Dude,
I thought it was at a quarter pounder.
serve a quarter pound at the Lowe's. I'm like, that has to be Drake or somebody.
Drake, what you think?
I'm gonna say Drake. I don't know who it is. I don't know.
That is Since 99 on top 2.
I don't even know who that is.
Dude, who's since 99?
Hey, don't disrespect my mans like that, man. Since 99, I've been told multiple times that me and Since 99 both sound identical and look very similar.
Oh, word.
So Since 99, I probably like on 4 separate occasions, somebody has sent me a Since 99 song and been like, "Hey, bro, when'd you start making music?" so you know, it is what it is, but I actually kind of like it. You know, I don't know what that says about me. Maybe that's a little bit vain if I like somebody that sounds just like me. But I think it's pretty good stuff. That song's really good with Baby Tron. So
Oh, word.
next bar, Real G's Moving Silence.
That is
was
a
on.
real lyric. That is a real lyric, and I'm trying to think of who said it because I've
Yeah.
heard it before.
Mhm. One of the best of all time, I think. This lyric is one of the
Dude,
best.
who said it? See, I'm so bad at this game because I remember the lyrics, but I never remember who
Yeah.
said
Yeah,
it.
me neither.
This is Lil Wayne.
Yeah,
On,
yeah.
On 6 foot, 7 foot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
Weezy.
we might get copyrighted if you sing it too bad.
Dude, my cat's name is Wheezy.
Wheezy?
Yeah, like
Oh
so
my
dead
God.
ass.
It's so
After
cute.
Lil Wayne?
Yeah,
Wow.
my mom named him after Lil Wayne. Shout out Alice.
Oh, she's a Wheezy head.
Yeah.
She likes Lil Wayne. Shout out Alice for real, yeah. Next bar, leave a puddle when I walk because I've got too much drip. So I've got to keep a mop on my hip.
That was you. Like, when I hear drip, I just think, like, did Ethan write this?
Well, yeah, I'm kind of the drip maestro. Drip check, you know, type deal. All right, next lyric. Oh, that's me. That's the drip god right there.
Dude, that outfit is like legitimately sick.
Yeah. I had that one in my head for a while. You know, just thinking about what I could put together. And look at that little sly expression on my face, too.
I like the fact that you have 2 pairs of sunglasses and it's really impractical, but it's fashionable.
Yeah. Well, one of them was my real glasses that have since been crushed. So RIP those. But one of them was my real glasses, and then the other one was what I picked off the shelf at the Target.
Oh, word. Dude, Target. I'd never been to Target before last month. That was the day that I saw y'all on Michael's birthday. Yeah. And it was me and Casey. We were going shopping. And right before y'all
walked up... It was like a crossover episode.
Dude, it was awesome because
What is this, a crossover episode?
I was sitting there and I was like... I remember my phone bill had gotten cut off because it's been hard times for a college student. So I was like, dude, I gotta get some Wi-Fi. I gotta tell Michael happy birthday. Like, I hate that I can't see him on his birthday. And then here y'all come walking. And Casey, I didn't tell y'all this, but Casey said he just saw a group of 3 white guys walking towards me, like looking. And then Casey was like, who are these douchebags? They're gonna come with my girlfriend. I just can't have that. Yeah. I go to the gym, like, I can't have it. Yeah. And then he, like, started looking. He was like, that guy looks so familiar. He was looking at you. He was like, who is that? He was like, that is Ethan. That is Ethan. And so he was like, you know what? I know these guys. They can just mess with my girlfriend. Those are Peyton's goofy dogs.
I think what the situation was is Michael was like, oh, there she is. And then we were like deciding. We were first deciding if we were gonna say something, and then we were deciding how we were gonna make an entrance. We wanted to do something funny, and Michael goes, "Why don't we all walk backwards to her?"
Cody said he was gonna come and jump in my lap.
Yeah. So anyway,
they found me naturally right outside the Hot Topic.
Yeah, that's a little Bunty and Paetyn lore for you. So, okay, next one. This is probably my favorite one on here. Play me like a square. I spin the block like it's a Rubik's.
I think that might be a real lyric. Yeah, but it also might be an Ethan lyric.
Yeah, like, I don't know.
I'm that good.
I think that might be a real lyric.
Real lyric? Any guesses to the artist?
I spin the block like it's
Kanye
a square.
West. I don't know. Kanye West.
Okay. This is Zach Fox.
Dude, of course it was Zach Fox. Dude, I love Zach Fox. He's so funny.
Yes. You could tell he's a comedian in his raps.
Yeah, but he's genuinely really good.
He's genuinely a very good rapper. One of my that album, I forget the name of it, but that's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this one's really good. Multiple meanings here. Play me like a square. I spin the block like it's a Rubik's. You play with a square when you're doing a Rubik's Cube. Yeah. And also, he'll spin the block, which is also what you do to a Rubik's Cube. Word. So, I love that one. That's a great bar. That is all.
Word.
Oh, I wonder who that is. What?
That's funny right there, Houston.
It's not that funny, damn it.
Well, yeah, that concludes the first segment of Rapper Crap on Artful Conversations. If you enjoy... I got lazy. I reused this batch of lyrics, but if you enjoy this segment, then I will make 10 more lyrics, or we'll compile 10 more lyrics, and do it on the next episode. So let me know what you think in the comments below. Yeah, thank you for joining us, Houston.
I got some sweaty hands.
Oh, that's fine, man.
Peace out. Bye.
Jump scare.
That's going in. So, I got a question for you, Paetyn.
All right.
If you could collaborate on a song with any artist, who would it be?
Dude, it would have to be between like Mac DeMarco or Alex G. I'm like in love with their music. They're so good. Like really all I want is someone who's a really, really good guitar player that I could just sing over their melodies with, because like I don't know if you've ever listened to a lot of Alex G, But his chord progressions are insane. Like they make
Okay.
they seem like they would make no sense, but they sound so good.
It's like some of those chords that when you look at it, it's like, is this really English? Is that what we're working with? One of those that's got like 4 different numbers in the chord. Yeah, that's the type of stuff I like too. I like the chords that sound crunchy.
Oh yeah, like I'm sure you've heard "Mary" before. Everybody knows that song
By Alex She.
Yeah,
I probably have, but I probably
Mary
don't know
is
the
the
name.
girl that leaves you to ride. That one.
Okay. Yeah. No,
Yeah.
you played me that actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I have heard that.
He's got a lot of really, really good songs out there, and Mac DeMarco is just the GOAT. Like indie music wouldn't be what it is without him.
Okay.
I'm just a huge fan of him.
Those are good answers. Yeah, I feel like that fits your style. All right. So in general, with your music, what's next for you? Are we looking at another album? We just going with singles? If you can even find the time, what are we looking at?
Well, what I'm going to try to do is April is a very busy month for me. Like, after this week, I have a concert on Tuesday, and then the next week we have Heck Week for collegians, which is like practice every single day. We have a concert. I'm going to go try out for drum major on the 15th, and then after that it's going to be my birthday. And so after April, May is going to roll around, and then after that I'm free for the summer. So I'm hoping that I can find some time during the summer to just start recording songs, maybe drop like 2 as a single, and then drop an album, hopefully by next semester if I'm not just too busy.
Wow. A whole album by next semester. That's
maybe.
Well, you had a pretty fast turnaround on that first album. I feel like I remember that. I don't know if that could be me. Well, I don't know. My last song, I probably made that within the span of like a couple days. So.
Yeah, I make all my songs within the span of like a few hours.
Yeah, you almost kind of have to capitalize on the motivation you have to make it. I feel like.
Because then afterwards, I'm just like drained. I'm like, dude, I don't even want to sing anymore. I don't even want to touch my guitar. I kind of want to throw it in the trash, kind of thing.
Yeah,
so when I feel it, I have to like do it all, and then I'll like stay up till super late, and then I'll like drop it on SoundCloud.
Got you. Sorry, this is like behind the scenes type thing. I'm gonna cut this out, obviously. Y'all won't see this. So why am I talking to you? Obviously. Actually, I'm gonna put it in now because that's pretty funny. So, are there any artists you would like to shout out? Maybe like some underground artists or just artists that inspire you in general.
I don't have a lot of artists that necessarily like inspire me just a lot right now, just because I've been like so into like my schooling. But like I would like to shout out some people. Like since
I've been into my schooling too, schooling all you other sucker rappers. Yeah. All right, go on. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you for that joke. That was really poor podcast etiquette for me. I'm sorry. Go on.
But like I feel like since I've like been in college and been doing stuff for music, I've just gotten so much better as a musician. I understand things so much more. My voice has gotten a lot better since I've graduated. And so shout out Mr. O, shout out Miss Elkin, shout out Dr. Sharp, shout out Chevins, shout out Miss Quinn. I'm a Miss Quinn stan. She's really funny. She'll say the most like dry sentences of all time and she won't even laugh. Like she'll come into class, she'll be like, yeah, I went to Starbucks and they gave me the wrong order and I told them to go to hell and I got in my car and drove off, and she won't even crack a smile.
That's really funny.
But shout out to all of them. Like I feel like now that I I feel like I'm more realized as a musician, so when I sit down to make music, I'm going to understand how to do things a lot more. So I feel like my professors have really helped me. So I'm very happy about that.
That's fire. I love that. Yeah. Big education guy here. So love to see it. You know, every week is Teacher Appreciation Week for me, man.
Yeah.
I love that. My dad's a teacher too. Hopefully I'm going to be a teacher. I'm going to be an English teacher. And that's it. It's been great having you on, Paetyn.
I've had a great time.
Was this your first like interview?
Yeah, for real.
First interview right here on Artful Conversations. Subscribe to the Bunty channel. Leave a comment down below. Take it into consideration. Share it around with anybody who you think might like it. And we're going to end it off with a snippet of Paetyn's newest song, Stillness. Thanks for watching, everyone.